Hey guys, TGBC here bringing you another video. We just had the Elder Skarg Champion Chase tournament in, so I wanted to do a quick guide on him so that you guys can decide for yourselves whether or not you want to build him or leave him guarding your vault. So let me pull up mine. He's a Barbarian Force Legendary. Um, his skills, Tide of Steel, his A1, 30% increased speed if he crits, and a 30% increased critical rate if he does not crit. A2 attacks one enemy 3 times, and then it places an extra hit for each buff or debuff on the target. It can place up to 3 extra hits, and then places an HP burn debuff for 2 turns and a True Fear debuff for 1 turn on all enemies if the attack places all 3 extra hits. And then it steals all the buffs from the target after the attack. His A3 places a 60% increased defense buff on himself for 3 turns, places a Fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn, and then places a True Fear debuff for 1 turn on targets that are under block damage buffs. And then he places a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns on targets that are under shield buffs. None of those debuffs can be resisted, and then he also places a provoke debuff on legendary champions for 1 turn, which I think does need the accuracy for, since it comes after these debuffs can't be resisted. And then we've got Kingslayer, his passive. He takes 15% less damage from legendary champions. Then whenever he gets hit by a legendary champion, he inflicts damage equal to his attack to that champion, and it cannot be a critical. In the arena, he increases critical rates for all allies by 30%, so you can build him down to 70% crit chance, or even 40% crit chance if you're going to do your A1, if you're not worried about critting until after your A1. But this Kingslayer doesn't use his A1 to attack when he does that. So it's not exactly a counter attack. So you won't get the extra crit rate here or the extra speed. So if you're going like A3 to A2 to A1, then you'll still probably want to build him up with that 70% critical rate if you're making him your leader. For Masteries, I went with Giant Slayer. Really, I probably should, if you're not using him in Clan Boss, which I'm not, probably go with Flawless Execution or Helm Smasher instead. I ended up going with Kill Streak and Methodical, so that his A1s do more damage over the course of the battle. This one would be really good for Clan Boss as well, especially if you're going all 50 turns and counterattacking. Over here, I went with Lasting Gifts so that he could increase the buffs on himself for an extra turn. Cycle of Magic to RNG cooldown on his A2, hopefully, once in a while. Lore of Steel. Really, if I didn't want Lasting Gifts, I should probably have gone with Evil Eye so that he could have a 20% decreased speed on his first A1 against the Spider. And then I went with some extra accuracies because he does need accuracy for his HP burns. Artifacts, I had a pretty, have him in a pretty mediocre build. Something that I think it would be easily attainable for pretty much anyone. He's got 27,000 HP, 2,800 attack, 1,500 defense, 164 speed, 80% crit rate, 153% crit damage, 51 resistance, and 201 accuracy. So I've got the 6-star accuracy banner, but it's only level 10, so it's 55 accuracy. I think a level 4 accuracy banner at 6-star is, let's see here, including equips. I don't know why. Oh, because it's substats, okay. Let's see here. We got a 5-star accuracy banner is 78 at level 16, and then I think I had a 4-star accuracy banner somewhere. Here we go. 4-star accuracy banner is 64 at level 16. So I don't know. That's up to you guys to decide whether that's realistic for you or not out of your banner. But I've only got 200 accuracy, so that's what you're shooting for all of your level 20 dungeons anyways. So I think that's pretty reasonable. He's got a defense ring with no attack rolls. I've got 4-star crit rate gauntlets that are maxed out on him. It's the only other piece of gear that's maxed out other than the crit damage amulet. And even then, I think the 5-star at level 12 or 13 is 25% crit damage as well. So that's pretty reasonable, I would say. He's got some 5-star and 6-star gear, but none of the rest of it's maxed. He's got speed boots that can go up to 40 speed, so I can get another 14 speed out of him. Yeah, I can get the chest plate up to 60% attack percentage. I could get some more crit rate, crit damage rolls out of here, or some attacking accuracy. And then I've got a couple double speed rolls in some of the gear. So that's his gear. Like I said, I think that's pretty reasonable and attainable for, I would say, pretty much anyone that is at the stage of trying to press into dungeon 20s. Really, even if you're farming Sage 13 or up, that I think that would be attainable for you. Dungeons. So he has the AoE HP burn, so using him in spiders I think would be really great. He's one of the few people that does AoE HP burn. So I have Cantra as my lead to increase accuracy by another 60. So really I could have even gone with 140 accuracy and like a 4-star, a 4-star accuracy banner on him. So if you have somebody that can increase your accuracy, that's another way you can look at to try to save on how much accuracy you need. The one thing about Scargan here is he is Force Affinity, so you need to bring another Force Affinity champion with lower HP so that they get targeted by the spiderlings. I do have Miscreated Monster in here, so he's going to be providing monster shields for me to keep everybody alive. So as long as you have a way to protect Skarg, he can AoE burn for you, and it'll run just fine. I've got Armiger in here to decrease some turn meter. Skarg laying on some buffs. Ooh, I might have not actually gotten enough buffs and debuffs out to get the HP burn. So that's something that could happen. If your debuffer doesn't place enough debuffs, then the HP burn doesn't come out. So now we've got to wait to cycle. There we go. There's the 3 debuffs. Now everybody's burning. And he got a crit with his low crit rate, so he got the, or he didn't crit with his low crit rate, so he got the increased crit, so now he's up to 100% crit rate. All right, and everybody's burning again, so we'll be through this time around. So if you wanted to use somebody other than Cold Heart that placed some debuffs, then you can be more likely to get your HP burns going on the first round. So there's him in Spider. He can be fine in Fire Knight as well. So in here I've got Lysandra that will be controlling turn meter quite a bit. I've got Armiger to help with the turn meter control, and then I've got Apothecary as a tank because he's the weak affinity, and then he's also in a Relentless set so that he can take multiple turns and heal himself up. The fears are going to be super helpful in helping out with the waves and taking less damage from them. Skarg helps out there as well. If you're having troubles getting through the waves, he can throw out that fear on the, I think it was a 4-turn cooldown. And then he can give himself extra speed as well if he crits, if you don't have a Lysandra or an Apothecary to increase speed for your team. And you see there that he increased his own defense and then got the extra turn of it from his Lesson Gifts Mastery. So we got 4 turns of increased defense. Now we got to make it through his shield. We're through the shield now. So if he would have had Evil Eye, then the Fire Knight wouldn't have gone there, because the Evil Eye would have dropped his turn meter by 20%, and then Lysandra would have been able to go again with her exhaustion. So he's not super auto-friendly in this dungeon because he's got that A3 that just doesn't do any damage, so it doesn't break the shield. So he's kind of got the Cold Heart feel to it, where Cold Heart's always using her A3 when his shield's up and not doing damage, or not getting the huge HP percentage damage and the turn meter reduction. Skarg's got the same thing going, but he just doesn't help at all with his A3. So he can do it, but he's not the best for it. So there is Fire Knight. In the arena, I think he could be fine. Just takes a little bit of getting used to with him. Let's see, I had played against this Hegemon team with him, and I ended up killing Prince Kaimar with using his A2, and because I killed Prince Kaimar in 5 hits, that 6th hit didn't place, and it didn't place the True Fear on all that, and HP burn on everybody else, so I ended up losing because the rest of the enemies didn't have any control on them. So just takes some getting used to on which target you need, which target can you kill in 6 hits, or do you need to attack somebody that you can't kill just to make sure that you get those 6 hits in. So it just comes down to playing with him and getting used to him. So that is this video, guys. I hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. If you have any suggestions feedback, please hit me up in the comments and let me know, and I will catch you guys in the next video.